Hello, my name is John Oliver. Today is the 29th of November 2011 in my apartment in Dallas. It's 10 minutes after 4 in the afternoon. Just a few comments before I even start the comments. Is to say, I'm trying to establish a habit here. It's kind of like if someone wants to work out for become on the varsity football team, you would get in the habit of waking up and doing sit-ups and push-ups and wind sprints and running track and weightlifting, and it's a habit thing. And so I'm getting the habit of doing these things. And this isn't wonderful or marvelous or earth-shaking, but I want to be doing this regularly for a long, long time ago, maybe years to come. I don't know, probably. Because what I know is I'm a very community-based kind of a guy. It's not so much that I need to report to the higher-ups, the great president, pope, bishop, hoo-ha, CEO, big guy in the sky that's going to give me permission to go ahead and go forward. I don't even have a group of elders or advisors or directors to group with. It's just me and the congregation. Very much a congregationalist. So, and because we're in this pioneering new kind of work, and it's multifaceted and whatever, so I need to keep in touch with my constituents, which are congregations and others too. And so I want to get this habit. It's late. I mean, I wish I would have done this 6 or 8 hours ago when I started the day, but I didn't. And perhaps I will, perhaps I won't. But this is good because I mentioned here a 9 a.m. appointment. Well, darling, that was a long time ago. And a lunch appointment, again, a long time ago. And just, I'm not going to mention names or specifics about these appointments unless it's really essential, and rarely will I ever do that. But like, for example, the phone appointment, I was up, I was ready to go, the person was going to call me, they didn't. So I had lots of stuff to do, and I did that. Other projects, and I continued with those. And I said, hey, I thought we had an appointment. Turns out, I got an email back 2 or 3 hours later, that person had a crisis with their family. And that's fine. Crises come up. Had to go off and take care of the kid. Lord knows what all that was. And now they're going to be busy for a long time. Oh, well, we can reschedule. No big deal. Went to a lovely meeting at lunch, met at, and Jack in the Box, which is across the street from the seminary, because I can't go on campus, and wonderful meeting with a very prayerful, supportive person. Not going to mention this person's name. Great to make contact. Will again. That's all. Just, I want to keep it at that level of general, but not personal. And like I maybe said before, I'll say again, is that what I find is that some of the intercessors, some of the best intercessors, want to know exactly what time you're doing meetings or presentations or appointments. They want to know so they can pray during that. Well, okay, that's what they want. That's what I will provide. And maybe I can have a calendar I can know ahead or plan ahead with really critical presentations, not having any right now going on. Comments is that I have been bumping along. I had a lot of plans, and things happen and don't happen. They get interrupted, and things don't take longer than expected. And there's housekeeping stuff that comes up. It's like I was emptying the trash, and I saw that. Well, I won't say it. There was a mess I did not know I had related to the kitchen trash can, or the roaches. Well, I won't go anywhere. It was. Didn't plan on spending time doing that clean little job. So unexpected, and that's fine. You just gotta adapt and keep going. And in a lot of ways, I would say that I'm really grateful for my time in high school and college, where I spent a lot of time sailing. As a sailor, you start at somewhere. Either you put your boat in the water, or you start from a slip in a marina, and you go somewhere, and you go around, and you come back to there. And while you're going, you don't stay on a specific road and make a left here and a right there. You're going to make it this stop sign at this minute. You go that stop sign at that minute. You kind of navigate. And you kind of go with the flow, and the wind changes, the tide changes, then you just kind of adapt and change. You turn accordingly. You adjust your sails accordingly. So and you go by landmarks. And you need to have some landmarks to know where you are, where you're going, where you're at, and where danger is. That there's shallow rocks or coral reefs or something like that around. And so I'm navigating that way. I navigate about landmarks mostly. Streets are good, but landmarks are better for me generally, like with cars as well as with sailboats. So I kind of sailing through life, if you will, the challenges that come with that. I did post on Monday prayer requests. Got a link there in the description about that, asking for guidance and for and for pruning, because really the 2 weeks ago I was terminated. I've dealt with most of that yucky stuff. I have something left on my comments today. Was my focus today is to complete the inventory of the index cards. Let me just show you right now on this. You see down, can you see? Yesterday I showed you all the stuff that's underneath the counter here, pulled out here. I still need to process that. Some of that, the stuff that can wait a long time, I put back under the counter. It can wait a week, a month. Maybe if I never get to it, no big deal. But some of the stuff is hot, some is not. They don't know what it is. They need to go through it and put it in the mind map and deal with it, process it. Might be a phone call, email, buy something, whatever. It's like one thing I'm going to buy, either Raid or the other guys that does the roach stuff. They have a deal where you kill, somehow you kill the eggs of the roaches. Good plan. I've got that before. I had no roach troubles for a long trouble. So I'm going to get that. I mean, I have minor roach troubles in the kitchen, in the bathroom, and around this desk. It's in old apartments, and the 30s or 40s are built, I think. And, well, I won't say anything bad about them, but they're old. And lived in Houston or Dallas, roaches are just kind of fact of life. It's just, and some, anyway, I'll tell more about roaches another day. So, blah, blah, blah. But what I want to say significantly is I'm tilting more toward life coaching sooner than later. I was going to do that much later, and it's feeling like a sooner thing. Because like this person that I met with today at lunch, I know a lot of the people that I could life coach. Now, most of them could not pay me a lot of money, but they could pay me a little money. I think the practice of doing that, I would create modules to teach them the general guidelines and things that I know about online blogging and podcasting and links to services, and some of those links would have embedded affiliate codes, and so get that out there, get it ready. I can be ready for when I go to Aggie Land. And I'm not trying to make a whole lot of money real fast with that, but as it blends with other things, it can make an income, and it can blend with the quarterly CDs and other stuff. I do want to combine working with individuals and with groups, and generally and specifically, and that's what I call toggling. I'll talk about more the rest of the time. And so the big challenge is to keep in mind about rent due on Saturday the 3rd, which is in several days. It's the 29th. And if I clear that hurdle, a lot of it's downhill for a long time, and I believe I can clear the next month's pretty readily. I feel no concern or anxiety or worry about paying rent. Not sure how it's going to come. God's provided other things before. There was a setback with my neighbor Sheba. I guess I've mentioned that. She's rooming, she's apartment technically over there, the other side of the courtyard, apartment building where I'm in. She's in with her ex-husband Barry. Together, their disability checks could cover their needs, and his was put on hold for a long time, was reinstated, and which is good. We went through all kinds of appeals. It was reinstated. They sent it. Here's the crazy thing: it was put online. It comes in the form of a debit card. The debit card, his card, had a scratch on it. It wouldn't swipe. They had send off for another one. And so it got mailed. It got mailed to him, put in the wrong box, and it was being sent back. And somebody along the way snatched it and put a tracer on it. Somebody snatched it. Somebody took the money off of his debit card. So now he's under investigation. Now, they really don't think it's his, but because it's the government, hid their money, blah, blah, they got to stop the train and look around and make sure it's all where it wasn't him and send it out again. So all of his money got stopped. Now, he'll be cleared of it, as all his money will be reinstated with all the back pay, and that's fine. But that could be a long time from now. But that money for her rent and his rent is going to be really difficult in the next few days also. So, double trouble. But that's just a bigger challenge for God. And that's a wrinkle I didn't expect. So, blah, blah, blah. What else? That's all for now. I need to have a better sign-off. I want a good sign-off. Shalom from Dallas. That's adequate. I like it okay. May your life be full of joy and peace. Thanks again for your prayers. Pray for God. I didn't say it before. Pray for God to guide and provide. Thanks again for your prayers. Good sign-off. Shalom from Dallas.